Hey, this is Tom Nash, and this video is brought to you by Morning Brew, but more on that later. Now, this is a video for my kids. When they grow up, I'm 80 years old, 90 years old, maybe even dead, and they can watch this video because I want to explain to them, I want to pass on to them the true strength of the American spirit. Now, I want to tell you about a product. Kids, we use this product every single day, several times a day. But we don't even know that it was born as a result of one of the most brilliant business moves in history, led by a particularly stubborn American entrepreneur. Now, his name was Robert Taylor, and he was a serial entrepreneur and a brilliant marketer. But he was also frustrated and absolutely helpless because the big corporations kept stealing his ideas. And you see, every time he launched a successful new product, he saw how these big corporations who had more capital, more resources, quickly copied his product and pushed him aside. But in the early 80s, he decided to put an end to this. And he decided to finally stand up against the big bullies. And this time, he would not be defeated. How? Liquid soap. Liquid soap? Are you crazy? Well, look, the liquid soap was actually invented almost 100 years earlier, but never really caught on. The only company that actually made any money from liquid soap by that point was a company that decided to combine palm oil with olive oil, and that is now known as Palmolive. But back in the day, it was just palm olive. So that company became an empire. But of course, that's a whole different story. But before I continue with the story, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor, Morning Brew. Now look, I'm not a morning person. And before my morning coffee, I'm a big problem. And one thing I hated about my mornings before I signed up for Morning Brew is just aimless browsing of dry and boring financial media. I had to do it to catch up, but it's pretty much a chore. And now I start my mornings with Morning Brew, which is a free daily newsletter delivered Monday through Sunday that gets you up to speed on business, finance, and tech in just about 5 minutes. And it's actually interesting, witty, and informative to read, sometimes even funny. Just this morning, they had a great piece about how Netflix gaming isn't really doing that hot. But there's multiple examples every single day. There's a lot of them out there. Guys, it's totally free. There's no reason not to subscribe to the Morning Brew if you're interested in business, finance, or tech. Simple. It takes literally 15 seconds to subscribe, so do me a favor, pause this video right now, go and sign up by using the link in the description below and thank me later. And now, let's go back to the video. So, Mr. Taylor thought to himself that if he could put a liquid soap in a bottle with a dispenser pump, it would make it easier to use and reduce contact with unused soap, right?
Camay, Ivory, Dial, Dove, soft soap. For hand cleaning, soft soap is the equal of any of them. Lastingness, soft soap goes further than any of them. Soapy mess, no contest. Because soft soap is soap without the soapy mess. Soft soap and its shower mate outlast them all. Clean up with these valuable coupons in the coupon section of your Sunday paper on February 27th.
That was his eureka moment. And since there was no way to patent a pump and a liquid soap, two long-standing products that there's no way to patent it, right? So he decided to play hardball. Now, he feared that once again, the big corporations would quickly copy his product and leave him in the dust, like they always did. And he realized that he had to create a distinct advantage over anything the big guys can come up with. Luckily for him, back in those days, there was only 2 manufacturers that actually produced these pump dispensaries in the entire USA, and it wasn't that popular, simply. So what he decided to do was pretty crazy. He decided to go all in. Now, he knew he only has one shot at this, and he could not miss. So he approached both of these factories and made them an offer they couldn't refuse. You see, Taylor took everything he had in this world, sold it, cashed out, and used all of his cash to purchase 100 million pump dispensers from both of these manufacturers and completely clogged up production for a whole year forward. Now, he had one strategy. Use this year to get a head start, and build up his brand with liquid soaps until every American starts to use it as a household item. And by the time the production lines would be freed up, he already dominated the market and couldn't be pushed aside like they used to do to him. Well, Taylor's move was more successful than even he expected, and his brand, Soft Soap, became a well-known household brand in America, but that's where Palmolive actually comes in. Remember them from the beginning? Well, since the competitors realized they could no longer compete with Taylor, they were forced to purchase his business for tens of millions of dollars, and that's 1980s money. Probably 100 millions, 150 million. I don't even know how much these days. Guess what? Who owns soft soap now? Palmolive. So this is a perfect story of how American entrepreneurship, hardball, stubbornness, and not giving up always brings you to the promised land. And hey kids, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Dad's channel. See you in the next video.